I wasn't gonna say anything at first because I was like, let me not be mean, because then they're gonna say I'm being homophobic towards the gay man. But I have to be honest because this particular gay man had some power and he didn't use it. And it's frustrating because when you look at a lot of black people in America and we wonder why we ain't going nowhere. He had the biggest TV show in history. And what did they do other than just argue amongst each other about why folks that are black support Trump? He gets mad because Nicki Minaj struck a nerve that needed to be struck. Don is an embarrassment to black men. I'm sorry, he is. He's an idiot. I don't know why they worship this man so much. I don't even know why he even gets the clout that he gets. Because for the couple of years, little years that he's been working, I mean, if you got a journalism degree, you shouldn't be worried about what somebody else is thinking. That's a woman that's not even on your level. If I was you, I probably would have just spam blocked her. So what? She's a bigot. What did you do in your time of working that actually benefited LGBTQ and black people? Nothing. You want to talk about being a bigot? You are embarrassing everybody at this point. Just be a white woman. That's what you want to be. That's why you married to the dude that you married to. You don't like black people. You don't like black people no more than Nicki Minaj like black people. What did you do that was so smart, right? You literally had an opportunity just to leave the church. You sat there and let these people come into church. Now, I'm not saying that guy was justified for acting stupid when he works for ICE and then preaches the word of God. You shouldn't have been your behind because you don't even have a job. Basically, you get gigs every now and then, but it's nothing major like you used to because you abused it. Like every typical black man, every typical black woman that gets power and thinks they can say whatever they want to say, now all of a sudden, they don't like you neither, right? People never liked him, not because he was gay, but because he did nothing for the community. Absolutely nothing. While he over there laid up with some white dude, he didn't do nothing for himself. That's the only thing he know how to do is just get penetrated 15 times. Sat there, had a newscast, could have been like, Roland Martin, who actually does something for the community, but you don't because you're too busy wanting to be the next Perez and the next Andy Cohen. Y'all don't do nothing for the community. And then you want to sit there and judge somebody who has probably not, mind you, Nicki Minaj is only making this stance because if we really want to talk about it, she's making this stance because she doesn't want nothing to do with the music industry. That's the only reason why she went that drastic. Had they had paid her in title like they were supposed to, instead of just doing what they normally do because Jay-Z's the one that's operating it, she would have got what she wanted. But she didn't have no choice but to go to the Republicans. I'm not saying that she's justified in doing what she's doing. I'm just saying that's how logical I can think of it. Don is for the black people when it's beneficial. He's the type of gay man that only uses his blackness when it applies. But when he's home, best believe he don't claim none of that crap. He's white for a long time because in Hollywood, they don't care. Everybody's supposed to be voting and taking care of business. He does not care. He does not care. He is the biggest. You want to talk about bigot? What did he do when people were talking about Donald Trump and why black people were voting for Donald Trump? He sat there and listened and snickered. He did nothing. He just sat there and did like everybody does on CNN. They talk about what's going on and don't do nothing. Don't protest. Don't at least go on the White House. None of that. I'm not saying he's a senator. I'm just saying if you have power in certain places, you need to use it. You don't do it. The only thing you did was talk about Renee Good. Renee Good needs to be talked about because it wasn't fair what happened to her. Now, one time has he ever talked about black injustice? And if he has talked about black injustice, he didn't do it by himself. He didn't do nothing to protest. He certainly ain't like the people before him because that's the thing that he wants to do. That's the reason why I called him out. Because you can eat up a woman all day long because you act like one. You want to be one so bad. You don't have the capacity to be a man because you don't think it's necessary. When certain people fought for you so you could sit in certain spaces, yet you embarrass your family members by laying up with some man. Now, I'm not coming for the community. Like I said, you can do whatever you want to do. As a gay person, that is your business. I'm coming for the stupid people that want to sit there and use their blackness when it's beneficial. Then all of a sudden, I'm gay, I need the support. Are you serious? People have been trying to support you for years and you've done nothing while you were doing other stuff except for talk about white issues. You're not white, but let him be white because that's what he wants to do. Now, let's reframe the other stuff. I don't like the fact that in this country, people are still passing bills that are making it hard for us. You want to talk about everybody else being for us? Nobody is for us. Nobody. I have family members that sat there and let this thing happen, and my mom hasn't called her, hasn't done nothing. They do not care. You might as well be a part of the other opposing side. Nothing. Not even my own dad, but they're not together no more. But see, here's the thing. This is the reason why I said, when are we ever going to be covered? Because all you tell us, especially black men, all you guys tell us is what we are not and what we're not good at. And why we're loud and all this other stuff. You try living in our shoes without no help of white people. Seriously. Don't go to a basketball game. Don't do none of that. This is not I hate the black man speech, but I'm sick and tired of the rhetoric that we give to people that, the only person that is literally, Renee Good didn't even have to go through this, and neither did Keith Porter, but nobody wanted to listen. We've been sitting here. You want to justify why people are getting killed in America. You guys are stupid. We still need to talk about why you got teens that have their organs out of their body before they're even deceased. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about the injustice that happens in church where you always constantly dealing with people that are constantly molesting folk? When are we going to talk about that? But nobody wants to talk about that, or talk about the gay people that are prejudiced against other people, but you're gay, right? So when are you guys going to actually do something for your community instead of doing a Don Lemon, whatever he calls himself? I really don't care what he calls himself, but I really dare him to say something to me so I could expose his punk behind, because that's all they do. That's all y'all do in Hollywood. Y'all are punks. Y'all, I mean, literally, this is what and I don't even hate Jay-Z, but it was disrespectful for him to come for Kaepernick and said, we're past kneeling. Are we really? Because you've been mooching off your wife's money. Where's your money at? And when you did have money, now you're under investigation for doing something you had no business doing because you and your friends at Rock Nation thought you were too good for, you don't care. Y'all don't care about women's rights. Maybe that's the reason why Rihanna likes y'all so much, because that's all she could do. She ain't married to this man that she claims that she got kids with. She'd rather be with Jay-Z. Everybody knew it. Everybody known it. Why do you think Beyonce was so upset? Everybody wanted Jay-Z. And he didn't care. Cheating on it, you might as well make an album called Raspberry Lemonade, because he's not going to stay faithful. I'm so sorry that y'all think he is. You think he's going to sit there and let Megan Thee Stallion, and this is not coming from Megan Thee Stallion, I'm just telling the honest God truth. Megan Thee Stallion is a beautiful woman. You really think he's going to sit there and be alone in a session and not want to screw her? He don't have self-control. He done made I don't know how many music videos and still don't have self-control and enough love for his wife to sit there and say, you know what, I'm not going to screw this woman and that woman and embarrass the family. He don't care, just like black men don't care. Y'all would rather a light-skinned black woman with blonde hair and you would still cheat on her because she's the closest thing to white. Stop torturing this girl and let her, or not even a girl, stop torturing this lady and let her be. Let her be with a man that actually loves her. She gave you 3 children and you still don't know how to act right. And then here goes Kanye. Well, and you guys are angry at Northwest. Her parents are retarded. What do you expect this girl to do? She didn't have nothing better. She's probably more intelligent than the both of them. For real. She is got style. That's what she wants to do. I'm so glad that she has a love for herself that she could do other things. But what was stupid was to embarrass that poor baby when she was playing The Lion King. That was stupid. She didn't know how to sing that song, and she did the best she could, and y'all let everybody derail her as a 10-year-old. She was 10. Name one 10-year-old that sings on key. Yeah, this is how y'all do y'all kids. But you say, but he got the nerve to say, ye got the nerve to say, I'm a genius. Where's your geniusness? You over here wearing literally whatever type of grill that is in his mouth, and then have the nerve to sit there and wear Dora the Explorer boots that are big, that don't even fit your feet, but you walking around here telling everybody you're a genius. You look like you need to be in an insane asylum. That's what you look like you need. And then here goes his ex-wife. I was trying to be a lawyer. We don't need no prostitute that was a lawyer. All she knew how to do is sleep with people. When has she ever done something that didn't degrade her body? I can't say nothing, and I'm not judging her, but we don't need no hoes for lawyers. I'm sorry. When have they ever did anything? That's not. You targeted black men on purpose. You could have had a white man, and you did have a white man, but you preferred the black men, and then you sat there and said, oh, Kanye West is the reason why my head is hurting. Or is it because of your guilty conscience for calling Whitney Houston a bag in a trag or whatever you wanted to say because Ray J was screwing her and you at the same time? See, I can keep going on and on because there's always secrets, but I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it because we have bigger things and bigger fish to fry, but this is what y'all do in Hollywood. When have y'all ever did anything for the HBCUs? Nothing. Who has stood up? And I don't even know if Nicki Minaj has done it. I'm not going to say it because I don't know. I don't know this woman like that. I don't even know Don Lemon like that. I don't care to know this man. I'm not trying to expose his gayness. I'm just saying I'm tired of it. Everybody uses their community to an advantage that only serves a purpose for them. Then when the community needs them, they don't do nothing. Let me ask you one thing. Where was Don Lemon when Pulse happened at that nightclub? I'll wait. Pulse was a situation that happened at a gay nightclub where everybody was dangling unalived. Did he cover the story? Did he send a donation? Did he do anything that helped the gay community? Nothing. But y'all want to sit there and listen to him talk about Nicki Minaj being a bigot, and he hasn't done anything for his community, but he wants to cosplay as a white woman? This is y'all black men, though. They don't like us. They want to sleep with everybody else but us, literally losing their whole position. What did this dude do? Literally, that was in Michigan. He literally lost his job over a blondie. Had a wife. And you know what's sad? The same dude did the same thing at ISU. He's a coach for basketball. Lost his wife and his job because he was sleeping with a student. This is the world that we live in. No protection. Nobody talking about police brutality. Nobody coming to help us out. Nobody protecting us in church. Nobody. But y'all claim on this stupid little app and all these other places that we have so much love. Y'all don't love nothing but yourself. That's what the problem is. And then we got homosexuals that are coming towards the Christians talking about oh, well, why don't you do you think I'm living in sin? Stop asking them questions that you know the answer to. If you believe that you're not living in sin, there's your answer. But if you ask a Christian, you already know what Christians stand for. All of them are going to say homosexuality is a sin. Stop asking them and bugging them about what they think your life is going to be like. It's like y'all love to agitate people. Seriously. Stop agitating people just because you want to prove a rhetoric that it's the Christians when it's you guys. You guys claim to be so full of love. Let's debunk it. When have y'all ever loved your own people? Everybody is gay at some point. All races. But guess who segregates the most? Gay white people. Gay black people don't segregate. They include all the other gays. And if they do segregate, shame on you. But y'all don't love folk. Y'all love folk when it's beneficial. There's been more suicide in literally that community than any other community combined because, one, the church won't support them. And then literally at Mount Zion, literally the guy unalived himself because his dad didn't accept him for being gay. This is the world that we live in, ICE and all, and nobody is protecting us. But this is what y'all voted for, right? Y'all said Trump was going to do something better than Joe Biden. Where's Joe Biden doing anything? Joe Biden had inflation. He didn't cause World War III. He didn't like black people no more than Trump did. And you guys still support these people. Yet you want to sit there and justify and mask yourself for doing it. Meanwhile, in Indiana, nobody is able to get a job. People are struggling so bad because of you Republican people. That's why I hate Indiana, and I'm going to keep exposing Indiana, because you guys do this stuff to people every single time. Nobody cares for these red states. I'm so sorry. You guys have been spoiling other people that are not minorities, and it's wrong. We can't even get the funding, and you guys still keep letting this loser in office. Let me tell you what's going to happen. If Iran gets a hold of Trump, we're screwed. Because here's what's going to happen. Y'all want to praise if they assassinate him, which is really not normal, because you don't have a right to take a life. But let me tell you how it really works. If Iran takes over America, we are screwed. They don't care about nobody else. They just want to take over. When a country takes over a leader, they take over that country. It's biblically proven, it's historically proven, and it's fact. You don't want Iran to take over the United States. That's not a conspiracy. That's literally what was said, that they were going to unalive Donald Trump because of what he's been doing as of late. That's not something you want to take lightly. So if I was everybody black, I would get a passport and literally leave America and don't come back. Because what he's trying to do is set off something, and it's not going to happen. And y'all church folks who always got something to say about how don't nobody do anything, be like the Pride Center, actually give people food. Because they have been the only people in Terre Haute that's been supporting people more. I'm going to say it again for the back. It's been the Pride Center that's been supporting people more than the church. The church don't do nothing but yell at people all the time. When have you had a food pantry? Now, my uncle's church does. But other churches, I haven't seen not one, especially Catholic churches, I haven't seen not one, y'all, come out here and protest with people and fight for the injustice. Because guess what? If your folks were ICE agents, what would you feel like if protesters came into your church and barged in? But that's what Don Lemon did. He didn't even care. He was inside the church. And this is what y'all think. Oh, he clocked it. He did this. He didn't clock nothing but his ignorance. What he could have did was say, I'm not going to get involved. I'm just going to leave, like the man that or whatever he calls himself. I'm sorry, but don't nobody have patience for this stuff. I'm so sorry, but I don't like people like that. I don't. I've been going off on folk for a minute because that's what needs to happen. And that is, it is what it is. People have been getting away with murder in this country and nobody has said anything about it. Yet we still have people that are getting, violated by the police every single time I have an opportunity. I can't even do nothing. Guess what my mom's bank did? Shut all her shut all her stuff down to where I can't even access her money right now to take care of the bills at the house. But you guys claim that you want inclusion for everybody. You guys don't want inclusion. People can't even, my friend right now is in college and she can't even get a job. She's white. I had to feed her. Excuse me. Had gas, I'm sorry. I had to feed her just so she could have something because you guys won't hire her. But you talk about inclusion. Y'all ain't for nobody. Y'all setting the tone for what people are supposed to go through. Seriously. Don't nobody want to be bothered with that. It's ridiculous. I'm going to continue to say what needs to be said until somebody does something about it and actually uses the degree to back up these people to say something. Seriously, we have to be taken care of as well. Even if I am a POA over her account, I have to take care of some stuff. Now, mind you, have I bought some things for myself? Yes, because I need clothes. It's cold outside. Yes, I might need a coat. Yes, I might need shoes. I have asked her for permission to do that. Did I say I was going to put money in her account? Yeah, I can do that. Don't shut down her card just because you want to justify something. What am I supposed to do now? Now, because of what you did, I can't get my mom what she needs in Richmond. Mind you, she's 2 hours and 20 minutes away from me because of that lawyer. You know that judge that's in Marion County? I hope you suck the strongest cock. And I hope you choke and pass away. Because you and not even Dr. Deloney, because Dr. Deloney did nothing wrong. You and Calloway and Dr. Stevens don't even practice medicine no more. You guys are stupid. You sat there and embarrassed yourself, lied, didn't even read on the paper, just justified stuff just because, and then Steven talking about and ruin taxpayers' dollars. What do you guys do? You guys are the main ones talking about black people doing stuff about taxes. You guys extort taxes all the time. When have you ever paid taxes? The president himself doesn't even have taxes, doesn't even pay taxes, and he's a felon. But that's what y'all voted for. But you want to talk about taxpayer dollars. Let me show you something. Because I'm petty. Y'all piss me off too much. I could care less. You think I care that y'all took a little bit of money from me? I really don't care. I still can work. Let me tell you what hospital she's in. This is the hospital. This is the actual hospital. Richmond State Hospital. You think that you know what I did and I'm going to expose it because I don't care. I'm going to expose it because I don't care. This is what I said about Richmond State Hospital, and they have yet to hear anything from me. Seriously.